Watch me make the beat drop. Watch me make the beat drop.
I'm gonna send you the link, analyst. I'm gonna send you the link.
Watch me make the beat drop. Watch me make the beat drop.
What the hell? Give me 1 second, family. I'm behind schedule. Give me 1 second, and we're gonna get right to it. I'm just putting it out there, tapping in, letting everybody know that we live. You know, listen to this game. Give me a second. We are live. Let me just catch up with everything. Usually I have all this stuff prepped. But just pulled up. I had to listen to the game on the radio. Oh my days. Analyst. Boom. Let me copy this. Terrible today. Terrible. Just, yep, paste. I just sent you the link, analyst. Just sent you the link, man. Tap in with me. Tap in with me, Hawks Nation. So this how we gonna play this, family. We gonna do this post-game live, man. If you want to come on the show, man, just tap in with me. Put your name in the chat. Say, I want to tap in. I'm going to send you the link. You come up here and you voice your opinion. You voice your thoughts about what you saw today. Don't be scared. We're not doing a call-in show. We're doing video show. You come in, hit me up. I'm going to drop the link. Hey, we're going to add you. You come in and say your piece, man. Let me bring on my guy, analyst. Let me set it up real quick. Boom. There we go. Analyst, talk to me. Talk to me. Where my
So,
phone? I'll be right out. Keep talking. Let me go get my phone. I'll be right back. Say what you got to
okay.
say.
All right. So, first off, look, um, the whole Travis slander, man. Let's take a minute to look at the fact that the players aren't playing well, the fact that the coach is not coaching well. This has nothing to do with the fact that the guys are turning the ball over, not playing defense, has nothing to do with the GM. The GM is not out there calling defensive plays, offensive plays. Okay. Look, today rather was poor. Didn't play well. I thought that the first quarter, second quarter was actually pretty good. I thought that the way that we came out showed the sense of urgency that we needed to have.
Right,
Sec,
right.
Second half, man, third quarter, we just had a mental meltdown on defense, and I won't. I usually put the blame on the coach in certain times like that. This is going straight to the players. In that third quarter, they weren't engaged. They weren't
Uh-huh.
playing well. They just so many mental mistakes. You scored enough to at least keep a 1 or 2 point lead in that quarter, but you just gave up too much. Overall, look, I was saying this in my post game. Look, I know I'm gonna start seeing some. I'm gonna continue to see people blaming a lot of people throughout this process. But look, the bottom line is we don't know what's going on internally. And you said it. Uh, you said it. The issue is that Nate McMillan is he's not an upbeat guy. He's in the locker room, probably uh, lighting up candle scents and getting ready to sing Kumbaya before the game. It's embarrassing, and that's what the guys came and played like in the second half. They played like a whole bunch of cool, common, collective guys. And I just want to say this one thing because I know I want to talk. I want to say this to addressing this comment. Um, this has nothing. This is just my opinion. I'm just gonna go look. This has nothing to
Don't
do with
don't put it
nothing.
out there. Say it.
This has nothing to do with not making a move at the trade deadline.
What's it
I
got to do with? What's it got to do
I
with, analyst?
I continue to say that look, if Nate McMillan, because I was watching your video earlier when you were at your at the hotel, I said
Mhm.
if Nate McMillan really did not have faith in these guys, I said he should have did what Chauncey Billups did in Portland. He should have said these guys do not play defense. I need you to get me a group of guys that play defense. He said on an interview, I saw it, and there was multiple quotes on Twitter. He said, I prefer if this group stays together. I like the chemistry. He said, I want this group to stay together. Nate McMillan says that. I mean, look, there's no sense of urgency there to make a move. I think that if we can't make a move now. You have to work with what you have. Play the game the right way. Coach the game the right way. We can't do anything else other than look at the buyout market, and that's I don't even know where we are in that stance. But the bottom line is that look, trade deadline come and goes. Other teams didn't make any moves, and look, I personally think that we need to start locking in a full game, and it starts with our head coach, our leader out there, who is supposed to be constructing the game plan, coming out and keeping the guys in it. And I think that he failed to do that tonight. Although I would not blame him for that third quarter because that third quarter was just strictly on the players. We just got outplayed in that third quarter.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you. Listen, I didn't even watch the game. I
Mm-hmm.
had to listen to the game on the radio.
Yeah, I know how that
And you know
is.
what? You want me to tell you what I heard a lot of in the
Mm-hmm.
second half? Miss shots.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of miss shots. Okay. Now, you know, bro, does Nate McMillan play a part in it? Yes, because he's the head coach. But at the end of the day, these dudes didn't shoot the ball well. Point blank. Bro, let me tell you something. In the fourth quarter, first of all, So the defense still sucks. Why do I say the defense still sucks? You can sit there and say, hey, we only gave up 105 points, but we gave up 40 points in the third quarter. That's another game that we give up 40 freaking points in a quarter. You cannot do that. You give up 40. They got outscored by almost 20 in the third. The Hawks put themselves in this position all the time due to their lack of defensive effort. They can't play 48 minutes of defense. It's always a quarter. It's always one where they give up 40 points. It never fails. And these dudes cannot overcome that stuff. Missed shots. People, and this will trip me out. People talk about John Collins. He ain't a number 2. Well, you know what? At least 90% of the time, he gonna be efficient with the ball. So I can count on Collins. I can count on John to give me 15 to 20 without needing 15 to 20 shots to get it. Bro, let me tell you something. This was a terrible effort on the offensive end of the ball. Let me tell you something, man. I had keys to the game. Keys to the game. Hold the Celtics 3-point shooting. We did that in the first half. That's why we was winning. Third quarter, they go off on threes. Okay, shooting the ball just in general. Okay. My other key was dominate the boards. The Celtics are the number 1 total rebounding team in the NBA. What happened? They was getting them boards in the third quarter. Fourth quarter, when we made a comeback, cut the lead to 5 3 times. To 7 at one. I think it was 7 3 times. And you know what? I expect us to miss shots, but we miss. They go down, they shoot, they miss. Guess what? They was getting the offensive boards. Okay? So we didn't win in that department. Then it was a terrible shooting night from the whole team. The whole team. And I don't see nobody blaming these freaking players. They shot terrible today. 32% from 3. We shoot 37% from 3 as a team. They come out here and shoot 32% from 3. They were shooting in the low. Let me see where did we finish at? Because at one point we was in the low 40s. We was in the low 40s from the field. You feel me? Now, let's pull up these stats. I'm telling you, man, this shit is outrageous to me. There's no way they should have came back in this game. DeAndre Hunter, 4 for 16.
Terrible.
He didn't earn no contract. Somebody that called his ass out. I don't see nobody on Twitter. I think I see one tweet about that. This dude done had numerous terrible games. Bro, let me tell you. 4 for 16.
I don't tweet, but I've been saying it for the longest. DeAndre is not giving us anything. He's terrible on defense and he's terrible on offense. And
Kevin Huerter.
Turnovers were a big issue in this game too.
$60 million extension. This dude takes 7 shots. Why is he even playing to shoot the ball 7? We gave him $60 million to shoot the ball 7 freaking times. What is he doing?
But it also comes from no ball movement.
Huh?
I said it also comes from no ball movement.
6, and then he fouls out the game. Man, listen. These dudes, people be talking about Nate McMillan saying, hey, these dudes just stand there. No one was complaining when we was winning games last year. No one was complaining when we went to the conference finals. He ain't changed nothing. So I don't want to hear people talk about it now and you didn't talk about it then. I've been saying that.
That's fair, and that's part of the problem.
We stand there and look at the ball, but everybody was like, yeah, we win it, but we win it. Woo, 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 woo. Now you see 7 shots. Trae Young, 9 for fucking 26. 4 for 12. That's fucking terrible. But you're not gonna hear nobody say nothing about that. 9 for fucking 26. That is 4 for 12. You supposed to be a 3-point shooter. But what it's starting to look like is that he is a volume shooter. He's not efficient. See, and that's what tripped me out when people knock John Collins. John Collins, at least he efficient with the ball. At least he 9 for 20. You're supposed to be the best player on the team. 9 for 26. Okay. Bogey.
He's the only one that showed heart.
He had 20 shots. 9 for 20, 3 for 10 from field. I mean, besides the 3-point shooting, he did his thing. He did his thing. And I put who was going to make up the offense from John Collins. Let me see. Did the bench do it? No. Okongwu, 4 points. DeLon Wright, 2 points. Lou Will, 3 points. Gallo, 5 points.
But I will say this. I don't think that we found Gallinari enough. We went to Gallinari, I don't know how many times. We went to him maybe 3 or 4 times. He won his mismatch twice, got to the line. Look, Gallinari, the thing with him, you have to get to him. And if you get him in a rhythm, he will be good. We didn't get to him enough. It was a lot of one-on-one basketball where we just dribble the air out the ball, or you have DeAndre throwing it to the crowd.
Bro, so, you know why we dribble the ball like that? You know why? Let me tell you something. Go back, and I want you to watch every game. Watch this. Watch every game that Trae Young don't play in, bro. The ball moves.
That's true. That's extremely
Trae
true.
is amazing, but he's a ball stopper, dog. He's a ball stopper. He get the ball, dribble. Let me tell you what I'm listening to the radio. This is all Steve Holman say. Trae get the ball, fancy dribble. What are you doing? Assists. Let me see something here. Trae had 10 assists. We only had 18 as a team. That means the ball don't move, bro.
Exactly.
The ball not moving. It's a lot of one-on-one. That's why I hate that action shit. Where was the pick and roll? I'm listening to the game. I'm barely hearing the words pick and roll.
But you know what? Boston ran the pick and roll on us all night, and what do? They all DeAndre got stuck in the pick and roll. Onyeka is guarding Robert Williams. Hunter runs back towards the paint away from Jason Tatum, hits a 3 right in his face. I was about done with Hunter at that point. He leaves Tatum because he thinks Onyeka's gonna run through the guy to go get him. Look, they ran pick and roll on us all night. I mean, all afternoon. And they got it. They got whatever they wanted. We didn't switch. We didn't step up like I said we did. We're still in the same defense, but the guys were terrible tonight. The players were terrible tonight. Every last one of them on the defensive end in the second half. The defense was pretty good in the first half. I will give them that because I was watching it. I saw action, but defense in the second half, awful. We had 55 points at halftime, scored 95 at the end of the game. That tells you where our offense was. Non-existent.
And fuck them referees is on some bullshit. We didn't get to the free throw line. We had 12 free throw attempts in the first half. We didn't see the free throw line in the second half until 5 minutes left in the game. Are you kidding me?
And if Nate wanted to challenge that one call, it would have been an offensive foul on Trae.
Are you kidding me, bro? This team, these dudes, they don't get it. They don't get it. And I'm tired. It's the players' freaking fault, bro. Straight up and down. You telling me we did the exact same crap last year and made it to the conference finals. So why would Nate change up the way we play? It don't make sense. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's the fact that these players are not playing hard enough. They're not, like I say, some of them need to turn their contracts back in. And I'm glad Collins didn't play today. Because now you can't even blame John Collins on this shit. Because I know them John Collins haters You can't blame him for this. Who you gonna blame? Who are you going to blame?
The players need to be blamed because look, I see everyone else getting blamed. And look, I think I'm guilty, but I do think that Nate deserves some type of the blame. But in this game, no, I feel like the players, I feel like now I'm starting to see that the players are just not playing the way they need to be playing. We talk about how Travis re-signed everyone. I mean, Tony was on board with that. Clearly, he signed off on it. We just went to the Eastern Conference Finals. Nate stuck with the same thing he was doing. Like you said, we went to the Eastern Conference Finals. Why would you change anything? If it's not broke, don't fix it. It's the players not playing to the up to the expectations that need to be. They're not playing hard enough. They're not playing with any intensity. They're not playing with anything. They feel like they feel like they need to be. They feel like they need to be given everything, and they are not playing the way they need to be playing. That's why we're 26-30.
26-30. 26-30. These players, okay, they're terrible. Today was terrible. Terrible. And I'm just going to keep it a buck. And I'm going to say it because I know people scared to say it. The team is overrated. We went to the conference finals last year, and we all drunk the freaking Kool-Aid. We drunk the Kool-Aid from the ownership on down to the fans. Drunk the damn Kool-Aid, bro. And now, like I put out, we are who our record says we are. We are below 500 ball club. That's what it is. That's what them players are putting out on the court. That's the product that Travis Slink is putting out there. And like I said, I put on Twitter, what has Travis Slink done to improve the team? He ain't done nothing. He ain't picked up nothing that's going to help us. Nothing. But this team, for some reason, they can't play 48 minutes of good basketball. They can't do it. It's always something.
And that's on them. And I don't know what it's gonna take for them to figure out what they need to figure out, but that's on them. I mean, look, again, this is the same team that went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. So I mean, we should not be 26-30. What 56 games into the season? Are you kidding me?
My boy Juan said, can't use that excuse. We went to the Eastern Conference Final while changing team. The Bucks won a championship and traded a 3-and-D player for another center to bang and control the paint. Yeah, they did, but they only made that, They only made that move because they don't know when Lopez is coming back. If Lopez was playing, they don't make a move, bro, like that.
They don't.
They keep Dante. They keep him. They made that move because they don't know when Lopez coming back.
And he's probably
so
not
my question is this. Why our GM didn't do shit? And I ain't even talking about the trade deadline. I'm talking about in the offseason. He didn't add no legitimate talent to this team in the offseason. None. Zero. You had a whole offseason. You add sorry-ass Gorgie Dane, TLC, who a bum, and DeLon Wright, who can't score the ball.
Well, the Gorgie part,
he's fucking terrible, bro.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong, he's bad. The Gorgie part was just a temporary replacement for Onyeka for Big O when he was out. But I knew, look, if it's not 10, look, if we add more than 10 legitimate guys that deserves minutes, they're not going to get minutes because Nate is on a 10-man rotation. So it's kind of, look, I feel like we could have done more in the offseason. I feel like we should have done more in the offseason. But I mean, as far as like free agent signings, negotiations to try to get, a player to Atlanta, and I mean, we traded 2 seconds in Bruno Fernando for DeLon Wright, which was, in my opinion, a steal for what we gave up. But I mean, I'm agreeing with you. We didn't do anything in the off season, but in the end, if we don't, the players that are out there has to play like they're getting paid. What like they're getting paid millions of dollars. You can't sit there and play 35 minutes and get paid this much and then pout and say, well, the officials and the refs and this, and even though they were bad, the team is not playing hard enough, and that's very upsetting. When you look at the team that we have, I mean,
they can't. This team, for some reason, they can't play defense and offense in the same game. They can't do it. Any other time you give up, Boston shot 42%. They shot 29% from three. Usually you win those games, but then we turn around and shoot worse than they did. Like, the object of the game is you have to shoot better than the other team to win the game. But the few times we do hold these teams down to under the season averages, we shoot worse. And we take just so many just terrible shots. We don't have nobody. None of our wings are Herter, Hunter. None of them can attack the freaking basket and finish. They can't do that. So that also limits us going to the free throw line. You can't throw the ball into Capela because he don't have no fucking post move. He can't shoot the ball. So he a liability on the offensive end. Okay. The team got so many flaws. Trey is a great player, but he is looking like he's just a volume shooter. He has to shoot the ball a lot to get the point. He's not efficient. That's my issue with him. And I understand he gonna have bad shooting nights, but let me tell you something, bro. You know, every time we lose a game, they blame everybody else. He cannot shoot 6 for what the fuck they shoot? 9 for 20. That's terrible. DeAndre Hunter on the offensive side of the ball. He's been terrible for about 3 games. Even Steve Holman said it on the radio listen during the game. He said he's been terrible on the offensive end for about 3 games. So, I mean, well, I'm just at a loss for words, man, because it's one thing or another all the time. We just cannot put together a decent game. We can't do it. And I blame the players on the court. And people always want to say, well, Nate need the scheme. It don't matter what your scheme is if the talent can't execute it. That's what I've been trying to tell people. We had to play a zone. That's telling you he don't believe in their man-on-man defense. But he's not the general manager. He can only play with the players he has.
Well, my rebuttal to that is, look, coaches have done this. Nate, if you, which, I mean, he said he feels comfortable with, Nate says he felt comfortable with the roster, but if you don't feel comfortable with the roster, then you need to let general manager Travis Schlenk know that, look, we are not doing anything on the defensive end. Look, you can listen to Chauncey Billups speak on his interview. He said, our players are not playing defense. I need guys that play my style of basketball. If these guys are not the way Nate wants to coach basketball, if they're not living up to his expectations, then they have to go. And that has to be communicated.
But it's easier said than done. Let me tell you something. When you hear Nate come out and say, oh yeah, I like the chemistry, he just bullshitting, bro. He's lying. Because because as a coach, you can't come out in public and just call out your player. That's why the 76ers was in the fucking shitty predicament they was, because Doc Rivers don't know what the fuck he doing over there. So you don't come out and call out your players in public. Now, I'm sure him and Travis has had some talk about personnel. But once again, we can want whoever we want. But I don't think you make a deal just to make a fucking deal. If we can't get the players we need, you got to stand pat. Don't make the or get ripped off on a deal.
Exactly.
So I'm sure they talk, but every time, listen, when Travis and them talk in public, bro, they're lying. They do it all the time. That's
Which
why
they
I don't
should.
even take that shit serious. Even and then when you watch the press conferences, bro, it's just a bunch of same answers they give every week. You know what I'm saying? What my boy Juan say? You saying Nate a yes man? I ain't saying Nate is a yes man. What I'm saying is this, bro. You don't come out in public and bash your players. You don't do it. But he's probably had discussions with Travis about players. Hey, man, I need to get this. This dude ain't working now. And Travis probably like, okay, let's see what we can do. You see what I'm saying? Even before the trade deadline. But you still don't get ripped off in a deal. I ain't getting ripped off in a fucking deal, bro.
I was gonna say, so I think some people just wanted the Hawks to make a move just to make a move because everyone else made a move.
Yeah, I'm not getting ripped off in a deal.
If we get a good deal, then yes.
Yeah, and I'm not just giving away. I'm just not giving away my talent for something. Hell no.
It takes two to make a deal. I hope people know that.
But
for
this game right here,
it's on the
this game right here, this is on the players. They're fucking terrible today. Terrible. How do you let them, when they can stop giving up 40-point quarters, you can win game. Bro, against the Spurs, they gave up 42 in the first quarter.
That means you came out with no sense of urgency.
Like bro, if you go watch me when I'm in New Pat City, I say it all the time. Please don't trick off the third quarter. They either trick off the first quarter or the third quarter. It never fails. They always getting outscored big in the first or the third. And it happened against the Spurs. It happened again tonight. And they got to do well. I mean, it's really nothing we can do. We're not finna get nobody worth a damn out the buyout market because they all finna go to contenders. Why would a veteran who just got bought out want to come play for a team that's 3 games under 500?
4.
Now we 4 games under 500. Nobody want to come to this team, not no veteran, because they ring chasing right now. But I guess everybody argument now going to be, well, Nate didn't play Jalen Johnson. What the fuck was he going to do tonight? What was he going to do today in that third quarter? Nothing. Nada. But I guess, since he didn't play Jalen Johnson, that's why we lost. I know that's what they probably saying on Twitter, saying some silly nonsense. They scared to hold the players fucking accountable.
Everyone blames everyone else. They'll probably blame the owner of the team before they blame the players. The players are the ones out there sucking right now. They looked bad. They look bad, and no one wants to blame the players. Everyone wants to say trade deadline. Nate McMillan didn't play Kevin Knox and Jalen Johnson. He's not doing this. He's not doing that. I heard someone say the reason why we're losing is because we extended Collins. Like, really?
Because a lot of these people they have biases against certain players. That's what it is. How do I know that? Because they'll blame certain players no matter what happened in the game. They're gonna find a way to blame a certain player. And that's a problem. You can't be a true fan like that. You cannot be a true fan like that. Means you're a fan of a player. You're not a fan of the organization. See, I'm an organization fan. I love our players. But like I said, if there's a deal on the table that I can't say no to, then yes. So my boy Juan said all-season moves are a necessity. We lost $15 million in trade value for Gallo by not moving him. If we don't move him by 29th of June, we owe him $20 million. Let me tell you something. Gallo ain't going nowhere, bro.
His contract cuts is not fully guaranteed after this year, by the way.
But You know what? It don't even matter because it's the last year of his deal. Hell, I hope it's worth 20 million. Because guess what? Now you can take that 20 million as an expiring contract and move it. You could still move Gallo in the off season.
Yeah,
People
before the draft.
You could move him right there before the draft. You could move him at the next year trade deadline. People love expiring contracts, bro. They
Because
love
it clears up
expiring
cap space.
contracts.
It
You know
clears
what
up
I'm
cap
saying?
space.
So Gallo can be moved. That's not a problem. Let me see. My boy wants the Knicks say, do y'all think last year's run was overachieving and the Hawks hit their ceiling? Bro, I'm gonna tell you like this. I think us beating the Knicks wasn't overachieving. We were a better team. We was just a better team than y'all, right? We got in Randall's head. Randall couldn't get shit going. Once y'all started to rely on old ass Derrick Rose to play 30 minutes a night, I knew it was a wrap.
Tibbs should have knew it too.
Against the Sixers, we overachieved like hell because it took 2 games for the Sixers to blow a 20-point lead for us to win because they was kicking our ass. Okay, and then we took them out in Game 7. So we did overachieve. And did it help us? No, because what it did, and that's why I was asking people, if we didn't make the playoffs last year or we got eliminated by the Knicks in the playoffs, do you think Travis signs all those deals? I don't think he does that. He don't extend Capela. He don't extend Kevin Huerter. All right, and I think he might keep Collins only because he don't want to lose somebody like Collins for nothing. But well, I definitely,
I was gonna say he probably would have moved John Collins in the offseason before the draft. But I was gonna say, look, I don't think he signs all those deals if we don't do that. But can you blame him if we went where we went? That's what I'm trying to say. The owner, like you said ownership, front office, players, coach, all fans, all drunk the Kool-Aid. But I'm not. Look, we made a run last year, and we were expected to do the same or more this year. That was the expectation. Now that we're underachieving, look, we just got to go into a different direction. Either we're going to go full on contention mode and go out and make major moves in the offseason, which, like you always say, I don't think the fans are ready for. They're probably not going to be ready to see almost the whole team moved for guys who are ready to contend now.
Well, you can't move them. You can't move them, man. Let me tell you something, man. You move. Let's see. You trade Collins. You trade Hunter. Let me tell you what's going to happen. Travis going to get his ass fired, and he probably never going to get another job again because he's showing that he don't know how to evaluate talent. That's if he move, unless he moving them and getting better players in return. That's
what I'm saying.
Not Jeremy Grant's. I'm talking about all-star players.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm talking about like the Lakers are probably going to end up moving on from Anthony Davis after this year. I'm talking about players like that, like Davis and Beal and guys like that who
you can still make a run for a Bradley Beal.
Hey, sign and trade
the Wizards for Bradley Beal. You could make a play, try to move up in the draft if you see a superstar there. You know what I'm saying? We still got that. We still can do that. But the thing is this. Does it right this point, it don't even matter. Because we need the first thing we need to get this team. Let me tell you the first thing if I was the coach. Let me tell you the first thing I would do. We don't have it. What is our identity? What is the team's identity? All we known for right now is what? Oh, Trae Young play for them. That's it. What is this? What is this team? From my standpoint, as a diehard fan, they're a bunch of good guys. But you need a real identity. What are we? Are we some type of offensive juggernaut? Are we some type of defensive monsters? But when somebody say, what's the Atlanta Hawks identity? Can't nobody tell me. No one can tell me. That's the first thing I'm going to start at. Your identity let people know who you are, how you play. Just like you can look at Memphis. Every time somebody think of the Memphis Grizzlies, they think of just hard work, the grindhouse. What do you think of when somebody say the Hawks? Nobody, Trae Young, that's it. Here go Juan nailed it right there. He said we bad and bougie. And that's not a good thing to have. Hey, family, anybody want to tap in? I'm gonna drop the link. If you want to come on the show, you got anything to say? You want to voice your opinion? You want to come up here, voice your opinion for a couple minutes? Hey, come do that. Come do that.
Let me also say,
Go ahead,
Nate,
Adams.
when Nate was officially hired in the offseason, I will say Nate did a terrible job putting together his coaching staff. A coaching staff is supposed to be you hire someone in a strong suit where you lack. So if Nate lacks leadership, if Nate lacks defense, offense, you need to get coaches on your staff that are going to fill up what you lack and who you will be willing to let lead. The coaches on the coaching staff are not doing anything. They're poor. They're poor at scouting. I feel like, look, right now it's showing that Nate is weak in some areas. Well, his coaches are not there to yeah, LOL. Nate hired his son. Take it. That is an issue. You don't hire your son on the staff. You're not gonna listen to your son. Are you kidding me? You're not gonna listen. Hey, dad, take him out. No, son. No, but that doesn't make any sense when you hired your son on the coaching staff. Really? I mean,
Chip said it, man. Chip said it. He taking care of the bag right there, man. Taking care of the bag. I don't know why he signed his son. Like, I didn't know his son was an assistant coach. I was like, who? I mean, but and you're right. He ain't gonna listen to his son. Hey, dad, take him out. No, son. Yeah, you're right. I mean, shit, I'll be doing the same damn thing. Dwayne says our biggest mistake is we rushed to rebuild. Hey, Dwayne, you done hit the nail on the head, bro. And you know why we rushed it? Because what's the saying? Our eyes was bigger than our stomach. We seen all the success and we thought we was good to go. And that's why, I don't know if you was in here, Dwayne. That's why I said, if we don't make the playoffs, do we do all of these extensions? I mean, right now, starting five, man, that's $500 million on the court. And we're not getting return on investment. Well, not we, but Mr. Russell ain't getting that return on investment he thought he was gonna get. And today show a lot about the team. They just folded. They folded in the third quarter, man. They folded in the third quarter. Gotta work. You cannot give up 40. You can't give up 40 points in a quarter. It ruins the game, man. You could be up 10 points, 15. You give up 40 points. And matter of fact, in the third, I think we got outscored by 20 when we gave up. Yeah, I think they had 40 something. We had like 22. Like, what? What?
At least if you're gonna give up 40, you gotta at least score 50. But we couldn't.
Come on, man.
We couldn't even keep up.
All I want is what my boy Juan said. 42 minutes. Why we can't do that? Why we can't play 48 minutes? Not even if we could play decent on the offensive, if we just hit our averages on the offensive end, we win the game. But it seems like every time we do good on the offensive side, we lack on the defensive side. But see, I agree with Dwayne. I think we rushed everything. And sometimes I wish we didn't even make that. I wish we would have beat the Knicks and lost in the second round. And then everybody been like, well, we tried, woo. But making it all the way to the conference finals, didn't win the 2 games in the conference finals. I mean, they had us all, well, I ain't going to say everybody, but they had 99% of the fan base drinking the Kool-Aid. I mean, I was drinking it. I was like, oh, okay, we're working with something, But, I got tunnel vision, so I wasn't thinking about watching the other teams get better. Besides, I wasn't thinking Miami, Chicago, Cleveland. I wasn't even caring about them at the time. But meanwhile, while I ain't paying attention, they was over here getting better, and they was getting better starting in the off season while we didn't do nothing, But I mean, bro, this game wouldn't even bother me that much if we didn't lose to the Spurs, bro. But that Spurs loss, it just shows you how bad we are. Just we cannot put together we cannot put together a decent offensive and defensive outing for 48 minutes. Where was that urgency in the first half? I mean, excuse me, from the first half. In the like that third quarter was retarded when you get outscored by that much. And then Trey, man, I didn't see it because I'm listening to the game. Man, he attacked the basket. I guess he thought he got fouled, bruh. And then he didn't even make it back to the defensive end of the court. They was playing 4-on-5. And guess what they did? Hit a three. I'm like, come on, Trey. You cannot do that, man. I don't care how much we losing by. Like, if you consider yourself a leader, you cannot let your soldiers see you sitting on your ass. You get up. I don't care if you got fouled, bro. It's just a bad look. It's a terrible look. And then it don't help. They hit a 3-pointer because you sitting on your ass. And like the announcers like to say, slow to get up. No, he was sitting on his ass crying about a fucking foul. Bruh, get your ass up. Get your ass back on defense. You the last one who don't need to be playing on defense. Get your ass back on defense and then holler at the refs later. You know, I can't take stuff like that from a leader of the team. I ain't saying he is the leader, but he is he's the face of the franchise. Let's put it like that. Okay. Now, when he got some championships on his belt, then I wouldn't give a fuck. You know, LeBron's be sitting down all the time. I don't care. LeBron been to the final 10 straight time. He got 4 rings. We ain't got shit. So we can't afford.
I can't stand LeBron.
We can't afford to be sitting on our ass crying about a foul while they on the other end. That shit look crazy. They got 5 dudes. We got 4 because our other dude's slow to get up. Are you kidding me? That's crazy. We need more than that from the face of the franchise. Listen, bruh, carrying a franchise, let me tell you something. Everybody can't do it, bro. Everybody can't carry a team. That's why LeBron James is so special. The dude came in at 18 and carried a whole organization. It's hard to do that. It's hard. And you can't be sitting up. When you get fouled, you can't be sitting on it. Get up. Get up. I'm telling you, I think Trey, I love Trey. You know, I'm still wearing this shirt again. But I think that, he not at that leadership mind state yet. And I don't fault him for it because he's still young. He only like 20 something, 20 what, 2? So he a young, very, very young man, you know? And I look at the game differently when we're talking about leadership, because I've been I'm retired from the Army, so I know what leadership's supposed to look like. Okay. I'm about to be 45 years old. So I understand that, it's hard. Just like when I was in the Army and you see them get them young boys be 20, 21, 22, 23, whatever, and they get them sergeant stripes. And now they got to lead other men. It's hard to do that.
It's hard. Popovich is such a great coach.
Yeah, and it's hard to do it all the time. Like, you cannot let your soldiers see you slipping. You feel me? Because they look at you a different way. They lose some respect for you as a leader. That's why I like John Collins so much. He's a leader. People only hate on John because of the contract. You don't hear people hate on him trying to be, because he be talking. He be out there answering questions, keeping it a buck. He don't be lying. He don't be bullshitting. He be keeping it a buck just enough. He say just enough to where, he don't, violate the locker room code. But at the end of the day, you need that type of leadership. We didn't have it today. We didn't have nobody in that third quarter who wanted to step up and say, hey guys, we fucking up. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, even though we've been playing hella shitty, we still have hope. Because I'm all, like I said, people know me, I'm all about a championship. So I'll take the playing game if that's what I got to get. I'll take going to the playing game, But if I was betting money, I mean, I don't know, man. My bad. I just went on a goddamn rant, bro. I'm just like,
rightfully so.
It's just, but my man Dwayne hit the nail right on the head. Trey has not matured. That's why I say we not ready. We have the talent, but we have to. And it's like what Dwayne said earlier, man. Steph Curry didn't even make the finals till he was year 7. Michael Jordan didn't hit the finals till he was almost 30 years old. Matter of fact, yeah. When Jordan went to the first finals, he was 30. And he had been in the league since he was 23. You get guys like KD. They made a run to the finals with OKC, and then he didn't go back to the finals till he ended up in Golden State. That was like 5-6 years. So I understand that we need time. We got to get out of we have to get out of, let's keep it real. Let's just keep it 100. We got to accept what this team is right now, currently constructed. We are not a championship team. Let's keep it a buck. I know some people don't want to say it. I'll say it. We are not championship ready at this moment. But I do feel we have the pieces. We still need the GM to work a little bit of magic. But as far as our core pieces, we Gucci on the core pieces. Now, when you get your core pieces, you got to understand it's going to cost money to keep them. It's going to cost money to keep those players. So when people complain about Collins' contract, the first thing I say is go look at Steph Curry when he had all those ankle injuries, which helped Golden State. Why? Because since he had all those ankle injuries, he didn't get max money. He didn't get max money after his rookie deal because he had all those ankle injuries and people was like, get rid of him, blah, 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 blah. So I'm saying we still got to be a little bit more patient with our team, and I've accepted that. I don't expect, I want a title, but I don't expect it. I don't expect it now because we are who we are, bro. The record don't lie. The record is not lying, But I see y'all over there talking about LP. What y'all chopping it up about, Anders, about LP?
They wanted someone said that we should have kept LP. And look, overall, whether we're developing or not, LP had to go. He just wasn't a good coach. But yeah, that's what we're talking about, LP, and we were talking about. I mean, look, I want to address this to who was it, Dwayne P. Look, LP had pretty good assistant coaches because they developed the guys. When Millen came in, he tried to bring in a more contention staff rather than developing staff. These are still 22, 23-year-olds, 24-year-old John Collinses that are trying to find themselves. And look, LP was just not a good coach. He even told guys not to vote for Trey in the All-Star game, like Kelly said. So, I mean, LP was a dirty, bad coach, but...
And LP said, LP the one who started that damn, the foul stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He the one that brought that shit up to the committee about when they was talking about Trae Young with the drive to the lane and stop and they bump him. LP brought that shit up. Like, I was like, why would you say that about your own player, dummy? Let me tell you something about LP, man.
LP is slow.
I didn't want, and this is where I might have to disagree with Dwayne at. I didn't want LP from the jump. Okay, because, and I'm gonna tell you why I didn't. I was like, why you gonna have a rookie point guard with a rookie ass head coach? You know, Lloyd Pierce, you know, he's never been a head coach at any level of basketball. None. He ain't been a college head coach, not a high school head coach. He ain't even make it to the NBA. So I'm like, wouldn't you go rather have, if you go get a coach and you got a young point guard, the hardest position to learn, why not get a coach who knows the position at that level? Because what happens is this: the player became better than the fucking coach. He became like, LP, what you gonna tell me, bro? I'm out here balling, I'm an all-star. What are you gonna tell me? What experiences do you have? So he should have, Travis should, but see, I think Travis only got LP because LP was a yes man. He was gonna be like, yeah, and
Well,
we didn't, and he didn't want to spend on no head coach because we rebuilding, we had zero expectations, and I think he was trying to save money.
and
You
I,
know,
I think that a lot of it had to do was I think that Travis tried. I think Travis. Now this may sound a little crazy. I know but Travis was probably under some pressure by ownership and more so the Stephen A. Smiths of the world to be very diverse in his coaching search. Because you look at the candidates, there was a lot of good candidates out there, far more better than LP. But if you look at if you look at LP was, again, he never coached at any level of a head coach. And I felt like I felt like Travis tried to give LP a chance, and we saw that fell very quickly. I think that it was more of I think there was more of Travis trying to uh, either go with a younger coach with a younger player to try to relate. I don't know, but it didn't work. And I also thought that he was trying to be um, diverse in his coaching search, but it didn't pan out the way
man,
he
LP
intended.
was
That's why he
terrible,
fired him.
bro. He was
He was
terrible.
terrible.
He was terrible, man. He had us at we was 14-20. Before that, we won like 20 some games. Year before that, another 20 some games. LP was terrible, man. Listen, Dwayne says trade development sped the rebuild up. Well, that's cool, but you know what? Dwayne, as a general manager, Travis should have known that it take more than one player, one star player to win in the NBA. Well, to win the championship, it take more than one star player.
I don't
So
think any of us was
Travis should
expecting last year.
Travis should have made a move, man. He should have made a move, but he didn't. Let's see what is Butler say. You want to see bad basketball? Watch my boys, the Knicks.
Well,
Hey, man.
the
Hey,
Knicks are
Paul. Let
playing
me tell
pretty
you
bad
something, man.
basketball. The
Let me
Knicks
tell
are
you
playing bad
something, man.
basketball.
Once the Nick being here all the time, man, it be her. Let me tell you something. I'm a diehard. I stay going to Knicks fan TV. I think I follow like 5 Knicks channels, and I only watch them when y'all lose. So when y'all lost that game last night, bro, I
Oh
was
my
like,
god,
oh my. I was
I
like, they gonna let them boys have it tonight.
dude. I watched that Portland New York game from start to finish, and I was rooting for. I was like, yes, it did. I already had Knicks fan TV pulled up on my phone.
Hey,
I'm going to watch
I
this.
told my wife, I said, I gotta watch this. I gotta watch Knicks fan TV after they lost this game, man. I was like, I got to watch it. But let me get because they want to fire Knicks fans want to get rid of Tibbs. Yeah, Tibbs ain't that good, man. And once the Knicks said, I'll take Nate over Tibbs. Yeah, me too. My boy Chip say Travis doesn't really do anything ever. I'm not really sure why the fan base love him so much. It's complete radio silence on trades. He just relies on the draft and off season, never mid season.
But
Well, you know
again,
what?
it
You know
takes
what,
two to
Chip?
make a move. You just
I
can't just be
think
making trades.
I think Travis was trying to actually build the team through the draft, which I have no problem with.
Which we
But
did.
when you go back to Dwayne's point, we got caught up. We drunk the Kool-Aid. I agree with Dwayne, bro. We probably should still be kind of developing right now, but that run made us drink the Kool-Aid, bro. it made us drink up the Kool-Aid. So players got signed to deals, moves was made. Now we're in the position we're in, and our record tells us exactly who we are. JR says Travis, a great GM. The players got to step up. Nate got to start jumping on players' heads.
I
Well,
do agree with that. I do agree with Nate's got to have more tenacity about him.
man, listen. I told you, man. Nate got to switch it up. I mean, he got to switch. He got to switch his personal style up. You feel me? I told you that Zen shit don't work with the younger players, man. That Zen shit worked back in my day when I was a youngster. That shit don't work now. That people attention span so short these days, man. Them kids ain't trying to hear that. Like he got to get to the point. They ain't trying to hear that kumbaya Zen shit. Cam Reddish got injured.
Cam Reddish and DeAndre were with injury buddies. They were always sitting next to each other on the bench, always injured. That's why when we got rid of Reddish, I was very happy. I really wanted to get rid of Hunter too, but
let's see. Once the Knicks say 35-11 run, no it. Yeah, man. I felt, bro. I don't know what happened in that fourth quarter, man.
Tibbs happened. Tibbs
bro,
running the players to the ground happened.
Y'all was molly-whopping them. I'm watching Knicks fan. I'm looking at the score and the highlights. I'm like, they molly-whopping them.
It was like 81 to
58. At the end of the third was just, whoa. Them motherfuckers came out blasting. What Kelly say? How y'all feel about Knicks picking up Kenny? You know what?
Hey,
why that? And you know what? Back to analyst's point. That's somebody Nate should have had on his staff before his son. Why he got his son on the staff, bro?
And you can't say he wasn't available because Golden State took him from I can't remember where he was. Golden State took him and made him the lead assistant. Nate should have had him on his staff. I actually wanted the Hawks to make Kenny the head coach, but yeah, Kenny Atkinson is not a name that's talked about a lot. Kenny, yeah.
Okay, Dwayne said Knicks fans are hilarious. Hey, bro, they are. Hey, Knicks fans. Hey, is Nick Paul still in here? Hey, man. Hey, y'all so toxic, right? Why y'all run off the pretty girl y'all had on the show, man? She done quit Knicks fan TV because of y'all, man.
She left?
Yeah, bro. I was watching Knicks fan TV after they lost another game, bro, and the boy Walito, the dude from, I don't know if you might be too young. I don't know if you ever seen The Wire. He was an actor. He played on The Wire, right? Man, he came up there, him and her going. She called a Knicks fan toxic, and he was like, "Stop lying. We not toxic. We just want them to play hard." Next day, bro, she left the show. I was like, "Damn." Hey. Them Knicks fans be letting you have it up in there, dog.
Hey, I mean, look. Knicks fans and Philly fans, but look, I think Nate needs some text to wake up the players. Thank you. Nate sit up there making faces like he smells something. It's not gonna do anything. Nate sit up there calling 72 timeouts. It's not gonna do anything. Nate needs to let a fire under those guys, man.
Well,
Nate is soft.
Hey, if I was out there, bro, I'd have threw a chair on the fucking court, bro.
Why not?
What my man say, True to Atlanta say, do you think the run was bad for it? Yep. I think it did. It did, bro. Let me keep it real. As we can see now, did it help us? True to Atlanta?
What? But let me say,
here come analysis with that damn positive shit. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Man. Go ahead, bro.
No, it's not positive. I'm gonna say,
bro.
It's not. Was it really bad for us? The fact that this season we're not even playing with any intensity or just any energy this year. Last year we played like we had something to prove. And fair enough. Last year was contract year, but this year it's like no one plays with any energy. No one plays with any sense of urgency. So I mean, if we played the same way we did last year, energy-wise, sense of urgency-wise, will we be better? I think we will be better.
Man, you know what? I wish Trey would have never said that regular season is boring shit. That shit coming back to bite him in the ass. Paul said, Coach, Comb over as a dinosaur. Hey, them Knicks
Tibbs,
fans be harsh, bro.
Tibbs is a grumpy old man that
Say,
I can hear him yelling. He
Cam
is.
Reddish so injured he lives on. What we got here? Tony Snell, Solomon Hill played a bigger role than we thought when we made this run. I'm sorry, bro. I even said it. I was like, please resign Solomon Hill, man. Solomon Hill was like the locker room dude, man. He didn't let shit slide. You know what I'm saying?
And that's probably why we re-signed Solo. But once he got injured, I mean, it was for the rest of the season. There was nothing that we could,
Man,
do
I
about
would
that.
have kept him. I would have kept him. I would have cut TLC.
But Tony Snell, I don't know about Tony Snell. Tony, I got really frustrated with Tony.
I mean, Tony Snell, when he get hot from three, he on fire. But
he's not one of those players that you would expect. She couldn't handle it. There it is.
What my man say? She couldn't handle it. Yeah, Nick. Yeah, man.
I didn't know she left.
Bro. Hey,
she
left the show and then tried to diss. Then she tried to diss Walida on Twitter, and then after she did it, she tried to make it seem like she was a victim. I was like, what? Somebody said, "Hey Nick." Hey, somebody said, y'all so funny, man. I'm reading the chat on Knicks Fan TV, and somebody was like, she has a personal relationship with the players. She with one of the players. That's why she's like that. I'm like, God, leave, boy, y'all ain't playing no games, man. Let's see. Dwayne said we missed something till they gone. Oh, he probably meant to say you don't miss it till it's gone. When Hunter fouled 3 times in under 3 minutes, I can't help but believe he just wanted to get out.
Yeah. He was. I mean, my God. I mean, if that was, it shouldn't even took 5. It shouldn't even took 3 fouls in 2 minutes to realize that he needed to come out of the game.
Okay, True to Atlanta say seems like we are bored. I mean, Trey did say it, man. Trey came out and said the regular season boring, bro. But guess what? You know what's more boring than the regular season? The motherfucking off season with no playoffs. That's boring as shit. So look like he gonna get it. He gonna, at this rate, he gonna be even more bored if we don't make the playoffs. Let's see. Paul says we'll get. They hate Tibbs, bro. JR says our defense fell off. Trae Young bricking his floaters. Man, it's hard to watch this year. We got DeAndre Hunter shooting brick for brick. Man,
DeAndre Hunter is building a mansion right now.
I'm just saying, bro. This game right here was offensively was terrible. Awful. We are pretty good on the offensive side of the ball, man. Tonight was just a bad shooting night, man. It was a bad shooting night, man, and we didn't have no answer for it. You know, we had no answer. Bogey tried. I mean, Trae gonna shoot. I mean, he tried, but you know, when you the star player, more is expected. Just like people demand all this shit from John Collins. I demand shit from Trae Young. I don't want him scoring 30 points, but you got to go 9 for 30 to get it. Like, that ain't efficient. It definitely didn't help, you know. Shit. Josiah said, my bad. I clicked the wrong one. I would have kept Solo. When you check his Twitter, he still watches our game. Yeah, man, like, I would have kept him, bro. I'd have cut TLC. You could have TLC, man.
But Solo was out for the year. He was.
There you go, analyst. Like, you read that?
He hates Dre. Well, look, no, I don't hate Dre. Look, I want to get something straight because I was debating with someone in my comments who frequently watch my videos, but he's always defending Dre. Let me say this: it's not that I don't like Dre, but people hype him up so much that, and what he does on the floor, it is mind-boggling. Don't get me wrong. The whole team was bad tonight, but the stuff that Dre was doing just made no sense. Like on that play with Marcus Smart, yeah, Marcus Smart did flop, but you pushed him. What? Just get out of that and go in the offense. Go get yourself involved in the offense. And then there's times where Dre's just throwing the ball away, dribbling off his foot. I mean, he's just doing stupid stuff. And then it kills me when he takes the ball, drives it to the baseline, and takes a shot. It makes no sense.
Hey, shout out Isaac in the house. Isaac, the GOAT's in the building. Shout out Isaac. Shout out Isaac. If you look at our roster, We got a bunch of shooters with no defense and one defensive wing, Dre out there by himself. That's true. You're right, Dwayne. So, I mean, what is Kevin Huerter? He ain't supposed to be playing no defense neither. I mean, we got players that just not playing no defense. Now, I'm not saying play defense to the level of Hunter, but Bogey and Huerter
ain't playing no defense.
They're not cutting it. But I will say this: Hunter is our best defensive wing. Period. He's our best defensive player. Period.
And that's scary.
But see, you got you got to see. He the one guarding the team's best player. That's hard work day in and day out, man. That's hard work day in and day out. What is Kevin Huerter doing? Who he guarding? Who you gonna put him on? Where's Bogey? Like, we need to hold all these players accountable on that defensive side of the ball. You feel me? Let's see. TLC is better than DeLon. You be capping on him, bro. TLC is terrible. Bro, every time he come in the game, when he get them little couple minutes, he sucks.
Well, have you seen him on defense?
No, because he's on the bench. That's what, like, when he come in the game, his defense don't matter at that point. By the time he get in, it don't matter. So that's why I don't pay attention to him. So y'all trying to say it's Nate's fault? Maybe TLC should be in the game more?
I just think he need to be in for defense.
But he can't score the ball neither. See, we need two-way
That's
players,
true.
Man. We need two-way players, man. Let's see. Kelly said, "I hope we would trade for Lou Dort." Oh, they're not getting rid of Lou Dort.
How about say he wasn't gonna be available?
Giddy, they're not getting rid of those dudes, man. That's part of their future core, man. I think that after the fall, he got injured, but he mentally doesn't want to miss games. Oh, you talk about Hunter?
Probably so.
There you go, right here. Kevin is mediocre on defense. That's facts.
I think all of them are. And
what's his name? And Bogey's worse. They go Kelly. Kelly says Capela never steps up on a pick and roll.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you. Oh my God, it's been killing me. Capela Norwayaka never steps up in the pick and roll. It kills me. They always get a three off the pick and roll. They don't even use the pick and roll for what the pick and roll is supposed to be used for, to get it to the basket. They use the pick and roll.
Shoot the three.
Exactly. They just shoot the three. They ran that play 4 times in a row. Pick and roll. Three. Tatum.
And what that show you? You know what that shows you? That shows you those other teams be scouting us. They know us. They know our tendencies. They know
everyone's dropping. It's ridiculous.
I mean, how do you fix that though? You get enough. How you fix that, Kelly? Since Kelly said it, how do you fix that? How you fix it?
That's gotta be.
I guess they got to step up.
You got to.
The first step is
not even.
Go ahead, Anos. Go ahead.
I was just saying you've got to contest that shot, because if it's like a Jaylen Brown or a Tatum out there who's initiating the pick and roll, they're not passing it down to Robert Williams to go to the basket. They're gonna try to see if you're not gonna step up, which we never do. You have Capela always dropping down, and then you have our guard who's stuck in the screen, and they easily take the three. But go ahead.
Hey, I mean, at this point, bro, like we stuck with who we have, man. We don't have a choice. So I guess we got to tell Capela to step the fuck up in the pick and roll and get on the three. Step up. I mean, we don't have many options to do shit right now. So I mean, with the trade deadline gone, and I don't know. I'm frustrated right now, man. I'm very frustrated, man. Dwayne said Bogey and Kevin has limitations on defense.
I feel like all of our guys do.
I mean, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Our scoring cannot play defense, and our defense cannot score. That's
okay. There you go, right there.
When none of them are on the same page.
The reason why they don't step up is because they don't get weak side help. But he got weak side help when Collins playing.
It doesn't matter if you don't get weak side help. I keep saying this. I would much rather give up a 2 than a 3, and just have the guard who was in the screen, have the guard who was guarding the other guard that initiated the pick and roll, who called for the big guy up, have him go down there and try to at least be physical with the big who's dropping. But I'm telling you, they never drop. So weak side help doesn't matter. They never use the pick and roll against us for what it's used for. They backdoor cut on us. They take threes off pick and roll. They're picking us apart, and we don't even notice it.
Well, let's see what we got here. Isaac talking about TLC. Man, TLC won't even decent when he played with Brooklyn. Let me see. Collins doesn't play weak side help. Man, listen, Rashad. What is now? You know Rashad, if I'm correct. Rashad is a Clint Capela fan, right?
He's a Clint Capela lover.
He's a Clint Capela fan, right? He's the one with Clint Capela.
John
Rashad, bring your ass. Come on the show, Rashad. Come on up here. Because hey, I'm gonna tell y'all, family, if y'all didn't know, Rashad is gonna defend. He gonna defend Clint Capela to the last days. Okay,
it's gonna
he
be
gonna
an
defend him
emotional
to
day.
the last day. It don't matter what you say. He gonna counter your thing about Clint Capela. Come on up here, Rashad. We got a couple more minutes, dog. Come on up here.
It's gonna be an emotional day when the day that Clint Capela gets traded in the offseason.
Oh man, Rashad gonna go crazy. You get rid of Clint Capela.
He gonna be calling for fire Travis and blow up the front office and fire the owner. It's gonna be everything when they trade Clint Capela.
My man, JR say, you gotta be blind to defend Clint Capela.
Clint is just terrible. Clint is terrible.
How many bunnies did Clint miss today?
It wasn't even the buddies that was getting beat. Clint cannot rebound the ball worth anything. He was tipping the ball like his ball.
Here we go.
He was tipping it up. It was
guys,
horrible.
Let me introduce you to Rashad, right? I told you now.
Oh, boy.
He's going to defend Clint Capela to the end. Okay? Let's go. We're going to bring Rashad up here. What's good, up, my guy?
What's up, man? It's good. It's good to be back. Now, I'm working on pulling out some evidence for my defense of Clint Capela. I just can't figure out how to record it.
Because no, it's nothing you can record. I mean, Clint is just terrible. I think that we should realize that Clint is not a very good player. Clint, as a center, has failed us in a lot of ways. And to be honest, is more on a serious note because Clint does not do things that other centers do. I look at Big Nurkic yesterday against the Knicks. He was pounding them down. He was able to score. He makes his free throws. I mean, you look at other centers who can actually rebound, bring the ball down instead of playing volleyball with all the other guys. I mean, it was just ridiculous. I mean, Clint was looking retarded out there, always crying about, no, it's our ball. You keep hitting the ball out of bounds. I mean, you don't know what you're doing, Clint.
No, look like Rashad froze up.
Yeah, Rashad
he froze up. Come on back in, Rashad, when you get a chance. When you get a chance, come on back in. So you say with Big O Capela step up, guys, backdoor cut Robert Williams 8 today because when Clint stepped up, nobody was there.
No, that's not always true. When they don't backdoor cut at all because they're gonna take the open three. So if now let's just say Clint does step up. Actually, Big O I don't know. Dwayne, I don't know if you watched the game or not, and that's not like a disrespectful comment. I'm just saying because Big O stepped up one time today, and they didn't even backdoor cut. It forced them to run their offense again, and they couldn't get anything. That was actually a possession where we were able to get a missed shot. Big O stepped up. They switched. The guys switched, and there was no points scored on that possession.
All right, go defend your boy there, Rashad.
Yeah. I'm back.
Terrible.
Good to see you, fellas. Let me ask y'all a question. Did you think Clint Capela was a good defender last year?
I think he played amazing last season.
So you think he just forgot how to play defense, right? That's what you're saying.
Yes.
He forgot.
No, I don't think he forgot. This is my theory on Clint Capela. I think that Clint Capela actually helped make some of our wing players lazy as hell, because I think they were so used to just filtering their guy to Clint that they don't take the extra effort to stay with their man. You see what I'm saying? Now I'm talking about not run. This is not in the pick and roll. This is just when say a team running ISO, right?
Yeah.
Our wings don't stay with them. They just try to. It's like they was told, "Don't worry, just filter them into Capela."
Yeah, it depends on your personnel, though.
Right.
Like you. So on a lot of times, what you want to do is, if you listen to like some of the coaches when they talk strategy,
yeah,
you want to force your man. You want to run your man off the 3-pointer if he's a shooter. Right. In that case, you do force them into Clint. One of the problems is when we force them into Clint, you either have one of the problems is we can't contain the ball, and so we typically have to put Hunter on like a wing that's not ball handling, or if we put Hunter on the ball, then we're vulnerable on the backside because you got Herter and John covering the corners. John did a pretty good job. I rewatched some of that San Antonio game. He did a pretty good job with contesting in the paint and getting out to the corners, especially on Johnson, which was their best shooter. The problem is either like if you take the first play of that San Antonio game, he did an excellent job. He didn't box out. They got an offensive rebound, and that was 2 points. And so the Conwu thing for me still stands alongside Clint. One is because the physicality that a Conwu plays with, you're gonna get loose balls. You're gonna get these 50-50 balls at a higher clip with a Conwu on the floor. And Clint is one of the best rebounders in the league over the stretch of his career. So you kind of just want to take his, I just kind of want to take his word for it. But when you got someone like Herter who doesn't understand to go over screens on shooters and go under screens on non-shooters, he can't keep containment of the basketball when he's at the top of the key. All of these things are a factor that affect on the back line with like Clint and whoever.
So when he goes under.
Go ahead, Adams. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, so when Herter goes under the screen and that big steps back and Herter gets stuck again, I mean, it's still gonna be up. Look, their teams will.
You talking about what? You talking about what? Wamacala did it a lot today. Tatum. So with the drop coverage, he just pulls up. Yeah, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's fine. I'm just saying. Look, I thought Clint played better than what he usually does. I thought he played better today. But the thing is it's not even more towards Clint. It's I want the bigs to step up and contest the shot. If we switch, it's just a matter of the guys who are being switched on. They have to continue to be physical. They have to guard the guy. So when Clint switches on the guard or switches on whoever, he has to stay up. He has to be in him. He has to guard him. And that's what Onyeka did one time today. And again, they didn't score on that possession because they had to go back out and they had to figure something else out. So it forced them to go. It forced them to go into kind of panic mode, to be honest, because the big stepped up and they didn't get the shot that they wanted because they don't use the pick and roll for what the pick and roll is used for because it's easy to beat on us. That's what I'm saying. I just want the bigs to not. One thing I noticed that Clint does is as soon as the pick and roll is set and if the guard drops to the basket, Clint is backing back. He's not standing there trying to make them take a shot and contest a shot. He's backing back, giving them a full pathway to the lane. So if it's a real athletic guard, he's going to score right. He's basically going to score on Clint, and that's an issue.
Yeah, and so two of the plays that I could think about was there's 2 times that Tatum came off of a screen. I think one might have been a DHO, but either way, he came off of a screen. Clint was in drop coverage. Tatum knocked down the 3. Now there was another time where Clint wasn't in drop coverage and Tatum just beat him to the rim. Or I don't even think it was. I think Clint was in the paint. Tatum got downhill and finished over. The problem with having Clint pulled all the way out though is he can't contain the ball. Like he can't play on a wing, and particularly he can't play up on a guard because they're just gonna beat him to that spot. And the other aspect of that is we gave up a lot of key rebounds, offensive rebounds in the fourth quarter today.
When we try to make that comeback.
When we tried to make the run, because we don't have if we take Clint out of the paint, then we don't have that person that can finish the defensive possession by securing a rebound. And Okongwu, as great as he is, and one of his strengths is like what you just mentioned, you like, analyst, is the fact that Okongwu can literally contest 1 through 4, 1 through 5. Like, he can contain the ball from the top of the key on a switch. So if you switch on him, you're not gonna beat him. But the problem is, if they throw the shot up, but once they throw the shot up, we don't have anybody there to secure the rebound. And so that's why I like the tag team of Okongwu and Clint. But I mean, I feel like they made a lot of different mistakes. I did feel like him putting when Hunter got his 4th foul and he went to, I believe, bogey on the rotation. I feel like he should have went to right, because you have to have 40% containment on the ball. And when he took Hunter out and put Bogey in, Herter and Bogey were getting beat off the dribble, and for the rest of the game.
But I don't think Nate thought that Hunter was gonna get beat like that. But we already know Bogey is not a good on-ball defender, right?
He's better than you think. Go ahead.
Bro, he's terrible, bro.
Terrible. I'll tell you when Bogey's good on defense is when they take it all the way to the.
But I think he put Bogey in for more of an offensive purpose, because Bogey was on fire today.
Mm-hmm.
He was on fire today, so I think he went with Bogey to get more offense back in the game, because you take what Hunter is supposed to be giving us about 15 some points a night, but so he take Hunter out, and he's probably like, okay, I'll give up a little defense because I know Bogey can get it back from. Same thing that we do with Trey. We give up on the defensive end because we know he's gonna give us 25, 30 points.
Yeah.
What you think about that?
Now, so the Trey thing, you understand. Look, I had this discussion with one of my homeboys. I was like, anybody that can put up 56 and 14 in a game, that's like 80 points. That's over 80 points on the offensive end. Anytime you have a player like that, all you're saying is, if you can do what you do on offense, I'll take our chances at winning your matchup. Because I mean, that's so much offensive production to where you're not really worried about him being a great defender. You just want him to contest. You just want him to contest.
Try.
But when you have somebody like Herter or Bogey, or dare I say my boy John Collins, when you have players like that can't win their matchups on both ends, that's where it becomes a problem. Because I've been watching this Spurs games over and over and over. Like, outside of the transition defense, which we were terrible at, Collins and Herter and Trey would just get lost in like early offensive possessions. It was an offensive possession to where they're coming down on a make and doing like getting in the early offensive set. Trey thinks he has the ball when he doesn't. He's supposed to have Johnson. Johnson walks into a three. Like, what the hell is that, bro? Like, understand what you're doing right now. And
you know what? And you know what, Rashad? I think that, when you point out stuff like that, when analysts point out stuff about us using drop covers, like I told analysts earlier today, these teams scout us, bro.
Yeah.
They know what we bad at. And what trips me out is how teams come in and exploit it. And you can either blame Nate, but you can also put some of that on the players. Like, where's your personal pride at? Like, they targeting you. When you gonna step up and say, you know what, bro, you're not finna target me no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna put forth. Now, obviously, I'm not expecting players to become defensive juggernauts overnight. But I'm just saying, like, bro, come to a point where you got to be like, you know what, bro? I don't care what your scouting report say as a player. Now, and like I say, Nate, he could try to scheme all he want, but you just proved one of the points I've been trying to tell people. He could tell them anything, do A, B, C, and D, but when they are on the court, it's not his fault if they don't execute it.
Yeah. Perfect example, right? We should never be in a 3-on-5. You know what I'm saying? Transition-wise. We should never be in a 3-on-5 situation. Transition-wise. Like that, you know, like that's players. That's like, yo, like, wake up. Fellas, what,
they ain't got nothing to do with Nate. They ain't got nothing to do with Travis. They ain't got nothing to do with the owner.
Or like today when Trey thought he got fouled, he just sat down. He was what the announcer say? He was slow to get up. They went down there 4-5 and hit a 3.
Alex Burke, what's her name? Alex Burke. Looks like he's pretty slow getting up, guys.
But fellas, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this short, man.
Yeah,
it's Super Bowl time, baby.
Yeah, man.
So
good talking to y'all, man. I got to figure out how to get some videos that I can record. Like, I want to send y'all some stuff.
All your Clint Capela videos.
Yes.
Hey,
versus
do that,
Miles
man. Do that. Hey, tap in with me, bro. I'll show you how to do it.
All right. I'm at. You got to send me your info, but let me. I'll post.
I'm gonna tap in with you. So, hey, fellas, thank you for coming through, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming through this Hawks post game live. Appreciate everybody tapping in today. You know, we're gonna do it again. I think our next game is Tuesday. So we got Nate and the boys got time to get some shit together, but I don't think really much finna happen. So I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. You got any last words, analysts?
Better get something done before the All-Star break. Better get something switch before the All-Star break. That's all I'm gonna say. Nate,
you got any last words, Rashad?
Start or come. That's my last word.
Hey. Okay, we go. Okay.
No, over Gallo, not Clint.
We knew
Gallo
that.
Gallo can win mismatches. Gallo can win mismatches.
All right, fellas. Thanks for coming through, man. We're gonna holler. Y'all stay up. Be